Oh, look, everybody get nervous now. Look.
Hey, CT.
What's up? I used to wear designer jeans. My gold boots is all I need. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not a kid. I love songs the Q's have. Salute to you, man. I just got off the phone, man. I saw the title and I wanted to chime in on the title. I might be a little bit too late, but I had you on mute. And I was trolling in the chat, but hopefully, are you guys still on the title? Do women deserve to have it all?
Yeah, go ahead. See, now, CT, give your spiel, and then you got a question for the ladies.
Well, let me get my spiel first, and salute to you, Hemp.
No doubt.
Well, a woman deserves to have it all when she is young, tall, thin, and attractive. I mean, my God. When she has a symmetrical face, the older a woman gets, honestly, she has to start doing more, putting out more, and putting out in terms of like, domestic work, not yapping her mouth and gums all the time. It's nothing more unattractive than watching or listening to a woman over 30 talking a lot of the times. But it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. These are like things that everybody knows any damn way. Remember back in the day, we had the old sweet white and black ladies. I don't know if we still have those types of women now. We don't have those women anymore for some reason, man. And I think back then women knew their place in the hierarchy. Now you got 50-year-old women, 60, even 60. I've seen it on Instagram. I've seen it in real life, thinking that they're bad bitches. I've been out to the bars, man, not recently, but before I got married, out to the bars. You got 50, 60-year-old women with cocktails talking about I'm a bad bitch. I'm telling you, I've seen it a couple of times. So no, it's not attractive, and they don't deserve to have it all. And you ain't got to buy them a drink or anything like that. If you are a single man in the chat, you only buy pretty young girls drinks, 21, 22, 23. But if she's like 40, stop, please. She better be buying you a drink and a surf and turf. But salute to you, though, guys. I don't really have I do have a question. Dana, I thought
yes, sir.
we talked about this, the big hoop earrings. I mean, I thought, no, seriously.
Is that the question?
Yeah, I thought we talked about this, question mark.
We did talk about it.
Okay, so why do you have
talk about it?
What do you have them on for?
Because I like the way they look. Are you still mad because somebody trying to get your Lucky Charms?
Ma'am.
What's going on? Why are you so angry?
Ma'am.
What is it? What is it with you and the tall women? What is it with the tall women? You're not tall. You're not a big person.
I have height insecurity.
You don't deserve a tall woman.
Again, ma'am, my wife is actually tall, to believe it or not. And
you don't deserve her.
Ma'am, I have insecurities about my height. I am open.
As you should.
I've always been open about my height, ma'am. I'm under 6 feet tall. Okay, that is a leprechaun.
Oh, you a lot shorter than that, chaotic. Come on now.
I said I'm under 6 feet tall. I never said I was, I'm just saying I'm under 6 feet. So what I'm saying is, no, Dana, I know you're not crazy, but big hoop ass earrings represent it's what's an indicator of craziness. I told you that.
You did, darling. You did.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. So to everybody on the panel. What's going on over here, man? What are you guys talking about? What's up, how you doing?
Yeah, they was giving Rock the business, Chaos. Did you hear it?
Rock needs to stop smoking weed, man. I rock with Rock, but I mean, he gotta stop smoking drugs. He has a great message, but yeah, he gotta stop smoking the dope.
If that ain't the motherfucking pot calling the kettle,
I don't smoke dope though.
I just don't know.
Oh, I don't smoke dope. So yeah. So what else is going on over here? What else?
Wait. Chaotic. He was giving all types of clout to the white woman though.
Well, let's be completely honest, Miss Nay. Mm-hmm. I mean, why not give clout to God's greatest creation? Come on, what are we talking about here?
So you feel like you as a black man, you're God's greatest creation?
No, we talking about the white woman is God's greatest creation.
Okay, but do you feel like you are God's greatest creation? You as a black man.
I never thought about it like that. But let's be honest, man. Nobody views a man as a delicate little flower. That's how people generally view the white man.
So you're supposed to be a delicate flower. So be feminine.
Let's be honest, Miss Nay. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Generally speaking, when white women are around, I'm telling you, it's like having a room full of just roses. They're beautiful. Let's be honest, man. Why are we joking? Go ahead, Miss Nay. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that's cute. That's cute. But I ask you, do you view yourself as a black man? Black man. I gotta quotate that. Do you view yourself as highly valuable and a delicate flower?
Ma'am, that's up for people to decide that. I'm just a dude on the planet living in infinity. I'm just an ape. I was born into the greatest species. Yes, Miss Nay, we are great apes. Did you not know that?
No, because you call black women monkeys. When
I never have called a black woman a monkey, ma'am. I said, ma'am, I never said. Okay. You never.
It was the children, Nay. It was the children.
But according to science, we are great apes.
But you said it in such a derogatory way about black.
Do you want me to tickle you the next time I say it? How am I supposed to say it?
How
am I supposed to say it? You know what, Ham? You know what I like about
Negroes? Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Negroes get offended by words.
Yes, I am a Negro.
Like, what I gotta do? Tickle people to make you feel good when I'm talking? I mean, what do you want me to say?
I don't need tickling, and you personally, you do not need to tickle me. But go ahead, go on.
Now, let's be honest, man. Again, we're great apes. But anyway, so what else is going on over the panel? Love, okay, Love, with the black woman side, what's going on, Love? Yeah, I mean, what's going on?
You sitting there quiet, mind her business.
I really was. So do you have a question for me, CT? Or no? You just
Yes. Do you agree with what I said about only younger, hotter, taller chicks that are thin deserve to have it all?
That's obviously not a real question that you're asking me. You already know my opinion. The answer is no. Absolutely, unequivocally no.
Okay.
Is that a real question? You just want to fill up airspace? What's up?
First of all, Chaotic, can you please show your face?
You don't want to see it, girl. Trust me.
Miss Nay, have you ever seen my face before?
I have, because I've watched the podcast. But while you on like your camera off, we need to see you. Let's see your facial expressions.
No offense. I'm the big YouTuber. No offense. I mean, my avatar is good enough. Let's be completely honest.
Not the big anything.
Shit like that. I'm not
the big.
You know what? It's the confidence. It's the confidence for me. I love it.
It's the big ass earrings that are big, Dana. But yeah. So I do have a question. Big Lex, I never have talked to you before. Have you did you agree with what I said about younger, hotter chicks deserve it all?
I kind of got lost when you were praising white women.
Why did you get lost about that? Go ahead.
Well, not lost. I got a little because I don't agree with that portion. I mean, it sounds like you have a preference. Real quick, hold on for me. It sounds like you have a preference of I think the words you used was tall, thin, white women.
No, I didn't say tall, thin, white women. I said tall, thin, attractive, facially symmetrical women.
You said that, and then later on in your sentence, you had said that white women is God's greatest creation.
That was a totally different talking point, but that has nothing to do with that women have it all. I mean,
okay. Why would you say that though?
What about the white women or about the tall?
Mm-hmm. Why would you think that white women is God's greatest creation? Why would
Big Lex? Not just we gotta Big Lex. Let's be honest. There is a hierarchy. Okay. Do you want me to answer the question? You're gonna cut me off?
Yeah. No, I was letting you.
Okay. I'm gonna go on mute. I'm confused here. Let me answer the question.
Yeah.
Let me answer the question.
Okay.
Now we don't have a problem saying who's better at basketball. Everybody, black men. Okay. We don't have a problem when people say, I wonder who's going to win this goddamn marathon, this Eskimo or this Kenyan. But why is there a problem when it comes to ranking women racially or anything? Listen, when it comes to domestication or when it comes to being sweet and nice, generally white women win. They do. Not all white women are like that. But generally, when it comes to being, when I think of a woman who's pleasant to be around, it's the white woman. Let's be honest. And I'm not just talking about dating. I've only dated 2 in my life, believe it or not. And I'm married to a black woman. But what I'm saying, when it comes to just a pleasant experience, whiter is better, man. Let's be honest, man. Why we capping, man? Listen, let's be honest. When people wake up in the morning in any neighborhood, you got Shaniqua cussing out the kids, or you got a pretty white girl walking the dog. Which, I mean, let's be honest. That's what typically most people see. Pleasant stuff with white women. Keep it real. Go ahead.
You said that chaotic,
No,
but then
let Nay, hold on. Let
hold on, Miss Nay with those big ass earrings. Go ahead.
love them. Black owned business. Hello.
Oh my God, black owned business.
Go
ahead.
Go ahead, Lex.
To what you were saying, chaotic, is that in the words of Malcolm X, the most disrespected person on this earth is the black female. And with that being said, I think while that is completely your opinion that white women are above all, and you're trying to compare a black woman, is that the upbringing is so much different. And while you're downing black women for being however you perceive them to be, it's because a white woman has not struggled like a black woman or a woman of color. And so that's just are you who's snoring?
Now the nerve.
Was that you?
Of course it was me, Big Lex. The nerve of you, first of all, to say that black men are struggling, are the most disrespected on the planet. Stop it. The nerve of you to say that. Give me a second, ma'am. Now you're sitting in there in your $1,500 a month apartment. You probably got a Mercedes outside. You got a $500 hairdo. You ain't struggling nothing. And you live in America. You got give me a second, ma'am. You got great teeth. You got Wi-Fi. Ma'am, you know who's struggling right now? White women in Ukraine. That's who's struggling. White women in Bosnia. White women in Yugoslavia. How dare you say black women are struggling, and you wealthy, rich black women with your $75,000, $80,000, $100,000 a year jobs talking about you struggling, and most of the planet is struggling, and they ain't black, it's white. How dare you?
So chaos, why
Cam up right now. I bet you. Cam up right now. I bet you're in the high rise and you have the skyline outside your window. I bet. Keep it real, Big Lex. Keep it real.
I don't.
The chaotic.
You lying.
Go off,
you got a
you know me
Mercedes,
so
don't
well.
you? You got a car.
I don't actually.
You do,
I don't.
Exactly.
I
bet
don't
you
have
women.
a Mercedes.
What do you have?
I have a Nissan Altima.
Okay, well, it's still a nice car. I bet you. You know who doesn't have a Nissan Altima? You know who doesn't? White women in Bosnia. White women in Bosnia.
And we're talking about.
Talking about what? America?
We're talking about women in America.
Melody Hobson, who is blacker than me, is a billionaire. She's founded her own equities firm. She ain't struggling. You want me to name some more black? You want me to name some more? You want me to name some black millionaires? Okay, hold on. I'll go down to millionaires. Can we do that?
Go off, sis.
Ma'am,
you call him sis.
That's fine. That's fine. Crack all the jokes you want.
I'm not cracking jokes.
Ma'am, Big Lex, let me tell you something. Now here goes Tay at the bottom. See, she knows you women are full of shit. She's a part of Delta Sigma Theta. Tay, how many of your sorors are doctors, lawyers, engineers, and very well-to-do? Keep it real, Tay. Let these black women have it. Go ahead, Tay. Aren't you a Delta?
Yes, but you're not gonna weaponize me. But most of them.
Exactly.
What's your point?
No, the point is that black women ain't struggling. Like Big Lex is trying to brainwash you darker women into believing. Look at it. The lightest woman on here. She's trying to convince you black women and black men that y'all are struggling. Look at what these lighter people do. Yeah, the black man, he struggles. Not me.
Chaotic.
Well, give me a second.
Hurry up. Get your point.
Give me a second.
I can't.
Big Lex literally out of her mouth said that the black man was the most disrespected on the planet. Did she not say that? Big Lex, black men in this country are the wealthiest black people in the diaspora. Black men in this country are doing way better than Eastern European men, than most Asian men. And you know why? If black men in this country are failing, it's because they're smoking weed, drinking alcohol, and being losers. It's a choice to be a loser in this country. God damn it. Go ahead, ma'am. My fraternity brother is worth way more than every white motherfucker in the state of Montana. Robert F. Smith. He owns his own equities firm. That's just one Negro. One. I can name you thousands. No, I can't really name thousands. But what I'm saying is that black people in this country, especially black men, are curb stomping most whites. Most whites in this country are goddamn hillbillies. So you can't lie to them. You can't trick me in believing that I'm at the bottom of the barrel. Go ahead.
I just want to know, since you bigged up Ukrainian women in the struggle, why didn't you just marry a Ukrainian woman? Why did you decide to get a black woman for
because
the face of it?
I'm attracted to black women, Miss Nay.
But you already said, because I watched a prior episode, you said she's hold on. I gave you a time to speak. Okay, so I'm gonna just talk. That's the next question. You said that the woman that you dated, she's black. Well, you're married, so she's black. However, she acts like a white woman, and you're bigging up the white woman. So it sounds like you prefer a white woman, but you got with a black woman because it's the face of a black woman. So you want to look like
Erica. Okay, can I answer your question? Okay. Erica Badu. Hold on for a second.
I can be Erica Badu. That's fine with me.
Now listen.
Black. Go ahead.
Now listen. There are qualities about other cultures that we all appreciate. Let's be honest. Mm-hmm. In the white culture, typically white people are more calm and collective. I happen to like that about white people. Now, are all whites like that? No. Okay. But the majority of whites are calm, they're collective, and a lot of times they're passive aggressive, but they're not loud and banshees. And I like that. I do like a black woman who talks like a white girl, who acts like a white girl.
Okay.
Let's be honest. It's nothing wrong with that. I still like black women. I've always liked black women. Go ahead.
So why can't you just say that I like a black woman that's more demure and she's calm? The fact that you had to big up a white woman to say there are black women that can be the same exact way, and there are white women that I know of that can be ratchet and ghetto and loud and rambunctious as well. But
if
you
big
up, but you big. Hold on.
Sorry.
Okay. But you big up white women. So why can't you big up black women in the same manner that you big up black women? Because there are women that can do that. Like you called me Erica Badu. That's fine. Erica Badu is very peaceful. So that sounds like you're calling me a peaceful woman. Okay. So I like that. Thank you very much. But at the same time, what it sounds like is you're just bigging up the white woman like she is God's greatest gift. Why can't you just look at women that they are God's greatest gift? But you prefer, it sounds like a white woman. It sounds like you prefer a white woman. You just happen to marry a black woman. And I don't know if you married that black woman to say, like, see, I like black women, but you don't sound like you do. It sounds like you prefer the white woman. That's just how it sounds to me.
Let's be honest. Honesty
is key.
All you blackies on this panel, big up white.
Blackies sounds very derogatory, but go ahead.
Ma'am, I'm black. I can say blackies. You blackies, give me a second, ma'am. You blackies.
You right, go ahead.
Kill me. Now, you big up white women and white people every damn day. You ain't speaking Yoruba. You ain't speaking Lingala. You ain't speaking no African language. You ain't even living in Africa. You're cosplaying, Miss Nay. I'm the only one on the panel with an African name. But you big up whites every moment you are in America. Who do you think built these goddamn cars and your phones? Who do you think did all that? You love
that means that we're all doing it.
You love white people just as much as I do.
You can like them
Miss
and
Nay,
respect them, but you're bigging them up to a different level.
Miss Nay, do me a favor, Miss Nay.
Yes.
Go to your neighbor's house right now. I bet you they ain't black.
One neighbor is
exactly
is not black. No, one neighbor is white, the other one is not.
Miss Nay, you ever seen 5 Heartbeats?
Yes, I have.
Remember when Eddie Kane was drunk and he approached the new lead singer He said, I could read your ass like glass. You know, he said, I could see through your ass like glass, nigga. That's how I feel right now with you, Miss Nay. I can look at you. I went to school with people like you. You're cosplaying.
I'm cosplaying.
I knew that your neighbors were white. You don't live around no niggas. You're pretending.
How you gonna tell me where I live?
Ma'am,
where I live, majority of the people are black.
Ma'am.
And we own our property.
I said your neighbors, ma'am.
My neighbors, majority are black. And we own.
The only person on this panel that I can look at and tell who lives around blacks for real.
So you're stereotyping?
That's what you're saying. Love is risky. That's the only person I can legitimately say she probably does live around some niggas.
Stereotyping, sir.
You don't live around blacks, Miss Nay. You don't want to.
Do you live around all blacks?
Of course not. I don't want to get shot.
So you're gonna get shot by being around all blacks.
Of course. Stop.
I haven't been shot, knock on wood. And I live
around
a lot of black people.
Ma'am.
I also own my property around a lot of black people.
Ma'am, you big up whites just as much as I do.
I don't big up whites. I don't big up black. I just say, you know what? Everybody's in their own lane. I'm going to rep for my black people because I'm black at the end of the day. But I'm not going to say white people are better. I'm not going to say that. Black people have their faults as well. You, my good sir, you are sitting there saying that white people are so much better.
No, I said that whites
you have.
I said that whites, ma'am.
The way you have said it,
incorrect.
The way you have said it is that white people are better than black people. That makes me believe that you don't even love who you are. Do you know who you are?
Man, hold on for a second. No.
Okay.
Now you didn't let. Give me a second. Now you didn't let Pam from Living Single talk. Give me a second.
Pam.
Now you just let this high. Hold on for a second. Now you just let this high yellow ass chick up here say that you black women were down. Give me a second, ma'am.
Oh, go ahead.
I want you to pay attention to this. People who are listening. Now think about how this is. Now you sit up here and you let this high yellow girl who looks like what's her name from Different World. You let her sit up here and say that black women were struggling and downtrodden. This and the other. None of you blackies said a word. Now she's playing black people. And then I asked Tay, I said, wow. I said, Tay, don't you got sorority sisters who are doctors, this, that, and the other? I big up black people all the time. She the one, Big Lex, who said that black women were struggling and black men were at the bottom. Did she not say that? Y'all ain't say a word.
I didn't say nothing about black men. Calm it down.
Yes, you did. You said that.
No, I didn't.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I was referring to black women, not black men.
Did she just not say black men were the most disrespected?
She specifically said black women are the most disrespected.
Women, exactly.
Black women.
Get that bug out your ear.
That's not true because we know that black women pretty much get everything in this country. So no, but see, hold on for a second. Jasmine Guy, that's who it is. Yeah, Jasmine Guy. She kind of does look like Jasmine. But here goes the thing.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but here goes the thing though. I big up black people all the time. I've made videos about the successes of blacks. Hell, I even said that black people need to go back to how we were in ancient Egypt when we ruled. Come on, man.
I got a question. I just got a quick question. You said your wife acts white, and that's what you prefer?
I said that my wife, there's a lot of things about her that are white. The valley accent, the calm demeanor. Those are things that I appreciate about the white culture. There's nothing wrong with that. I like certain aspects of white culture. Yes.
So you're saying you like this tall, skinny, black woman acting like a valley girl. That's what you want?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you remind us which country she's from?
She's from America. She's a black American.
No, didn't you say she was like Sudanese or something?
I said for the 1,000th time, she looks like a Sudanese woman.
Oh, said looks like.
Yeah, Sudanese.
My apologies, sir.
Sudanese women, I gotta be honest, man. If it wasn't for all that war-torn nonsense, I mean, most women in Sudan are like models. Go ahead, sis. You cut me off. Go ahead.
I know. I'm tired of that shit.
Go ahead, sis.
Isn't that fake?
Another thing that white girls don't do. Curse. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh yes, they do. They nasty as hell too.
Go ahead, sis.
With that said, you want somebody that's acting. I don't understand that. I can't fathom someone like you would want an actress living in his home. Like, that's weird as shit.
Sis, you said exactly what I said. He wants a poser. You really want a white woman, chaotic.
No,
but
I
you like the
don't.
look of a black woman.
And then hold on before I forget again, Nay.
Go ahead, girl.
And then when she gets older, are you saying that you're not gonna want it anymore? Because she's gonna get older. She's gonna get over 30. Are you saying that's okay? What are you saying by that? Because you came on saying that's what you.
Ma'am.
Clear it up. I'm just listening. Clear it up.
Ma'am. Again, ma'am, I say this and I keep on saying it. Having it all comes with a price. If you are young and hot, obviously a woman should depend on a man doing everything for her. But the older you get, hey, baby, do you think you can get this tab this time? Hey, babe, do you think? See, that's the older you get, the less attractive you get. There's nothing wrong with that. You can't have an attitude when you're over 30. You just can't. You can't have a sassy ass attitude. It's not cute anymore. Now, when you're 21, it's cute, but you can't be 32 years old with an attitude, squinting the eyes and popping the neck. It's not cute. It's unattractive.
But chaotic, you've been up here yelling. You are rambunctious. You are ghetto. You say some weird ghetto stuff.
The title isn't can a man it's not about men today, it's about women. Go ahead, man.
This is exactly the reason what we be talking about. It's men like that. Half of the stuff that you're saying, chaotic, is like you're really coming for black women, like in such a negative way, and you're saying that we all get. You said that we don't listen, but we've been quiet to let you talk. No, hold on, because I wasn't finished.
Okay, I got one question for you.
No, I wasn't finished. Though.
When you're done,
Yeah. Thank you. I feel like you really come for black women, and you feel like all black women are the same. Yes, are black women? Do we feel like sometimes black men are the same? Yeah, we can think like that, but they're not all the same. They're not. But we won't sit there and down you black men and say, oh, black men ain't this and white men are better. But that'd be the first thing out of a black man's mouth. A white woman is so much better. And you are saying that. The fact that you said, oh, I have a black woman and she looks Sudanese, but she acts white. It just sounds like you would prefer a white woman. I keep saying it. It sounds like you prefer a white woman because she's a little bit more docile. And you feel like once you're over a certain age, she's going to be more lippy and speak more. So what you're saying is I just want a woman to just be docile and just be seen and not heard, to not speak at all. And a white woman will allow you to just do whatever you want and just say whatever you want. And we're just going to be quiet. No, we have a voice as well. That's okay. We don't have to be disrespectful with it. Because I don't feel like I'm being disrespectful with you. And I don't feel like any of the women on this panel right now are being disrespectful with you. You were disrespectful when you called Big Lex. You said that she's a light-skinned woman and try to downplay her blackness.
Her high yellow.
Hold on. Doesn't matter if she's high yellow. Black women come in all different colors and shades. Don't. She is a light-skinned black woman, regardless of biracial. She is a Big Lex. Are you black? Do you have black in you?
I am pure black now.
But
I'm a Bantu. Yes, I am pure
Big
black.
Lex, do you have black in you, honey? Are you half black, partial black?
Puerto Rican, Colombian, and Hungarian.
So she's not black.
Okay, so you're cultured. You have some culture in you. Oh, fine. So she has
this
culture.
woman, and she couldn't go in Nigeria, and people will say she's black. Stop. Why are we?
Puerto Rican people.
Puerto Ricans are, ma'am.
If you look at it,
I don't know why Puerto Ricans are like this.
Hispanic has black culture.
Wait.
Hispanics are not black,
culture.
Ma'am, Hispanics are not black. Most of these people have, most of these people, and I don't know why Puerto Ricans are like this, but I have
They're not black, but they have black in them. But go ahead.
One of my best friends in high school was Puerto Rican, and he swore me down he was black. Dude looked like a white Spaniard. Most Puerto Ricans are Spanish from Spain. That's where their ancestors are from. Or they have some, I'm sorry, go ahead, Big Lex. You can speak on this because I'm not Puerto Rican. Mira, go ahead.
Disrespectful, but go ahead.
How's that disrespectful? I'm just speaking Spanish.
You're not completely wrong. Puerto Ricans come from a Taino tribe, which is part of Africa. But when Columbus came to Puerto Rico, he obviously raped the women. So it's a mixture of Spanish and the Taino tribe. So it is mixed. So
Yes.
some identify as Black because a lot of them have Afro features, and some identify as non-Black because they don't have Afro features. So that's a whole different conversation, but that's where it's kind of like a little bit confusing.
Big Lex. So basically, you're not Black.
as a
Let's be
Taina, a Puerto Rican, you're not going to be accepted more on the white side. You'd be accepted more on the
No,
black
yeah,
side.
I mean,
than you
so
would.
If Big
yeah,
Lex, okay. Nay, stop. If Big Lex went to Spain, she would be accepted, ma'am. Stop it. Now they may clown. Now they may clown her Spanish because that's not the Queen Spanish. But I don't even know that. I've never been to Spain, ma'am. She would be accepted if she went to Spain, ma'am. You would be accepted, Nay. You're trying to be a victim. You're not a victim. You're not oppressed.
I'm not trying to be a victim. I'm trying to be who I am.
You just said that she
wouldn't. I know I'm a dark-skinned black.
You just said that she wouldn't be accepted, man.
So you don't like it, but go ahead.
No, ma'am. You just said she wouldn't be accepted. You're putting that into the universe, and that might not even be the case.
I think personally, I think that she's more accepted on the black side than she would be on the white side. A little bit more.
So if you let's clarify a couple of points. That point would be valid on the East Coast, right? But when you go to the South, it's not valid.
Which point? Right.
So like Puerto Rican up north, we understand it in that way, being from the tri-state area. If Lex comes to DC, she's gonna get a different response. If she goes south, even
I get a different response everywhere I go. A lot of it just comes off of what I look like. And
yeah, but in terms of what
I will say right now, I do not identify as Black. I identify as mixed.
Don't hesitate. Keep it real. Keep it real.
No, and I am.
What I'm saying is that what Nay said is valid on the East Coast, but if you come to the South, they don't have the same understanding.
Don't be afraid of Cicely Tyson, Big Lex.
No, I appreciate all views, and if you're asking me what I identify as Puerto Rican, Colombian, Hungarian. Though that is my ethnicity. So
Pam, look at that. Now Miss Nay was up there like, yeah, girl, we Black, girl, blah blah blah, and I'm telling her that's how a lot of these people think. They don't be rocking with that shit.
I said she's more respected as she's not gonna be looking at she's white.
Ma'am, you said that she was Black, ma'am. I heard you. What are we talking about?
Puerto Ricans have Afro Latina.
Ma'am, she is not Black, ma'am.
I didn't say she was Black. I said she is Afro Latina, so she has Black in her. That's
Lex. I mean, hold on, chaotic. Nay, so that's not true, right? Because you have Taino Indians, right? And then you do have from the slave trade with the Haitians. There's some mix and mingle, but a large part of the people from that island are European Spanish. That's the point that you got to understand. Secondly, on his other point, he's saying his wife is Black. She looks Sudanese. She's tall, slender, whatever the case is. But she has the agreeable nature that stereotypically he believes that white women assume. And they don't have the same conduct as a disagreeable nature of stereotypically Black women have. So those are the points. I just want to make sure you heard the points.
And he's wrong. That's what I'm saying.
Well, so now, sis, now our interjections again, do they have a combative element to them?
What does it matter? Is my tone? He's wrong.
Well, what I'm saying is, that's about the agreeable nature about having a conversation as opposed to making it sassy and in unnecessary tones. Because
I didn't snap my fingers or roll my neck. I said he's wrong. That's it.
I'm not saying I'm not, but so see, you probably won't get it right now, but when you watch it back, you might. I think you guys would do a better job.
We get it very well. We get it very well.
Now, if I don't finish my point, are you furthering his?
What I'm saying is, if his wife was
wait. Now I'm asking the questions. Now, if I'm not allowed to finish my point because you want to cut me off, are you furthering his point?
Well, we're sitting here
about the conduct.
We were sitting here and we allowed this mess to go on, and we're still on here, right? So I just wanted to get what I'm thinking out real quick.
So last question I'm gonna ask you: if you don't allow me to finish my point when I had the floor, are you furthering his point about the combative and unnecessary conduct? and then you can talk.
We are. So sis, everybody.
No. I don't agree with that, Nay. I don't gotta agree with anybody. At the end of the day, we sat up here, we watched you and him to go back and forth for over 15 minutes straight. Okay, so we sit here.
So you know what? I'm sorry, I gotta go with my ladies. I get what you're trying to say, but I gotta go with my ladies. She should be able to say what she gotta say.
I've been sitting here too. No, what I was saying was I was talking.
He's trying to prove Chaotic's point, sis.
I was talking. No, I was trying to clarify his point. I was talking, and sis jumped in and cut me off. So then I had to ask some more questions.
She should be able to assert herself.
What are you talking about? Right? I'm just asking the question. Go ahead, sis.
I said what I had to say, but at the end of the day, I think if his wife was sitting up here and she heard something she didn't agree with, she would say something. At the end of the day, he know that. So I don't believe he married some mute, stoic, valley acting wench. I don't think he did that. She would say what she had to say.
Approach Miss Nay, please.
Go ahead.
Now, Miss Nay said something very interesting real quick. Now, she said that I disrespect Black women. Miss Nay, can I ask you a question there? So do the millions of Black men who leave their child's mother, do they disrespect Black women too? Does the rappers who've been rapping for 40 years, do they disrespect Black women too?
What does that even mean, though? What does that mean? Like you're disrespecting their baby mamas or disrespecting Black women? Like I don't.
Ma'am, okay, again, ma'am, let's do this. Let's use an outside example. I'll use an outside example. Rappers have been calling Black women bitches and saying all types of egregious things for 4 decades. Mm-hmm. Do they disrespect Black women?
That is very disrespectful.
Okay. We're on the same page.
There's some context.
Okay.
If you're putting yourself in a position to be
you disrespecting Black women.
I didn't disrespect Black women. I said that white women are the standard. How is that disrespecting Black women?
But why does it have to be white women are the standard?
Ma'am, that means that white women are better than in terms of a certain type of behavior than most women.
So it goes back to my point. You prefer.
You're not at the center of the universe.
So you prefer white women. You just got with a Sudanese looking woman just for the appearance. To say that you like Black women.
And real quick though, you said something about white men real quick. And I see you say, I'm sorry.
Who said something about white women?
You did. You said that you said that you guys aren't up here saying that white men are better. Man, white men in certain aspects are better than Black men. In science, in math, in construction, of course they are. Look at their society.
You don't think that Black people created a lot of that?
Ma'am, in terms of society, look at white European cultures in their countries and look at Black countries. Who builds better? Whose infrastructure is better? White people, white men, ma'am. I'm not about to sit up here and let you lie. White men are better at certain things than Black men. Yes, they are.
Black people teach white people stuff. A lot of the times. We are inventors of a lot of things.
Did Black people
invent a lot of things.
Did Black people teach?
You really don't like Black people?
No, I really like telling the truth. That's what I like.
Just say you don't like yourself. You don't like us. That's what it is. You don't like Black people.
You know what, man? Black people invented everything. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tim.
We are inventors of a lot of different things.
Chaotic has a background in history, so he specifically studied Egypt, so he knows math and things of that nature. But
he's in Africa.
He's saying.
Who said it wasn't?
What are you talking? He's saying that if you look now, we know there could be some factors as to why. Okay. But what he's saying is when you look at the countries in Africa and then you look at some of the European countries, the development seems like the African countries are far behind because you said Black people. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? What do you think about that point?
To be honest, sometimes Black people, we don't always exercise our potential. I will say that, but I think we invent a lot of different things. I personally think that we are the inventors of everything. And then white people like to take credit. And then we have Black people like CT that will sit there and big up all the white people, say they do everything. The whole time it's Black people that are doing a lot of these different things. I think it's us that we're the inventors of everything. I think that we're very smart. I think that we're on the helm of everything, to be perfectly honest with you. But you have people like CT that are saying, no, that's not the case. Black people are just ghetto. They rock hoop earrings. They're loud and rambunctious. No, I don't think that's the case. We just want to be vocal. Did the Black man invent
the semiconductor?
I'm sorry?
Did the Black man invent the semiconductor?
Did we invent the semiconductor?
Yeah.
To my understanding, I thought so.
Hey man,
I'm not going to say definite because I don't want to. Because you're the history man.
Yeah, hey man, enough's enough, man. Enough's enough with this.
Nate, so if we haven't, well, let's how about let's broach this real quick. Something more tangible. They keep asking for Tay to speak. So
I don't want to cut nobody off.
But what do you guys think? Because we're talking about a little bit of conduct and decorum. Have you guys seen those videos about those Walmarts and how they were absolutely ramsacked up there in Chicago and in the black neighborhoods? Did you guys see those videos? It's chaotic. You seen it?
Of course, I've seen those animals in Walmart. Of course. They're not animals, Nay? Okay. I'm sorry, Nay. I'm sorry.
You just saw the rambunctious black people. What would you like me to? Can be the same, but go ahead.
Okay, those rambunctious black people that are destroying $1 billion company.
But what does that have to do with the ones that are not doing that? What is your point? What is your point?
See, you getting on sis nerves, but go ahead.
Well, she's black. I mean, she's afraid of words.
No.
Let's be honest.
Wow.
Let's be honest, man. I got a right to say what I gotta say. Why I got sugarcoat stuff for you people?
No. He's already admitted to being short and all that, so he can, he can say what he wants.
He got short man complexes.
Again, I've made videos about my insecurity being short. There's nothing wrong with it. I've made videos about it.
But what is your point by bringing up those animals versus what is your point?
Ma'am, let's just watch this real quick.
Everything is on the floor. Look at this. Can't even get no fucking food for my kids, G. Look at this. Came in the store to try to buy something because I'm not a thief. Look at this. In my hood, can't even get no food for my kids. Babies need milk. Can't even get nothing for my kids, bro. I feel like an animal, and black people made me feel like an animal. Y'all did this to us. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the store. Look at this.
That's disheartening, man.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I had a teacher. He was a white guy. This is back in the 90s before a lot of you were born. And this guy's dead. Every time the class acted a fool, you know what he used to say? A nigga gonna be a nigga. That's what he used to say. A nigga gonna be a nigga. That's what I swear to God, man. That's what this white teacher used to say. He was cool, man. We loved him. He was an old white dude. And every time the kids were acting a fool, the way that he'd get order was he'd say it real funny, a nigga gonna be a nigga, man. And that's what happened here, man. Niggas are gonna be niggas. Tearing up. Go ahead.
So the reason, just to give you, go ahead, Danny. You can go. I just want to give you some backstory.
No, I was going to ask for that. Go ahead.
So it was 3 Walmarts in Chicago. Walmart is moving out of those 3 neighborhoods, predominantly black neighborhoods, because year over year they're losing tens of millions of dollars because of all the shrink. And retail shrink is theft. Now, mind you, how many people are employed in those communities from those Walmarts? There was a video of a girl posted her eating donuts in the Walmart, not paying for them once they heard that Walmart was moving out. And now when you go there, right, the people that actually live in that community have to go to that Walmart. Walmart is a one-stop shop. So now what happens? Now it becomes a food desert, right? But nobody cares until they leave. And then somebody had the audacity to blame Walmart. But if you're losing money somewhere, you don't continue to sell or work in that place. Go ahead, Dana.
I think it's absolutely disgusting. I mean, I don't think that anybody on this panel would formulate any words to justify that type of behavior, or, we're not going to make excuses for it. It's absolutely disgusting. And, there's really nothing else to say about it. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no excuse. It's inexcusable behavior, and it's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. Now, sis went off, but I have to cite this. Then I want Tay to jump in. Sis said we don't care about those animals. So, sis, I have to ask, can you get to call them animals when they convenient, but chaotic can't?
I never said anything about him referring to people acting like animals.
You sure?
If you can find the tape, I'll send you.
Sis, you just said it.
Just said it 5 minutes ago.
What did I say?
Hey man, you been drinking, man? Yeah, you've been drinking. You've been drinking, man.
No, tell me what I said 5 minutes ago.
You said we don't care about them animals.
No, I did say that. Why do I care if you call people acting like animals? I agree with that. I don't disagree with everything he's saying, but I'm just trying to say what's his point for sharing this tonight about animals tearing up Walmart. I'm just trying to.
Because we were talking about conduct in black versus white and shit like that.
Why again? Why again? What do you want?
Well,
how do you want us to change? Chaotic?
This
What do you
why?
see?
Because Nay never got a chance to confront Chaotic, and Lex has never heard it before. You saw her face when he said some of the monkey shit and all that.
Yeah, but let's stop talking an hour ago. She saw what's going on. Is he just talking?
Rock said this, sis. Look. Rock said
don't come for sis, Rock. Don't come for sis.
He wouldn't know because he high as hell. So
we'll talk about this. She said you on with Rock.
She's slurring her words, forgetting shit. Hey man, get you some Taco Bell and go to sleep, man.
That's all the time.
Get some Taco Bell, man. Order 3 chalupas, man.
Why is it that black people have to be referred to as
shit like that? Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Can I ask her name real quick, Ham? I'm sorry, man. For taking
why is it that black?
I want to get because they asking for Nay's. They asking for Tay thought. So let Tay jump in. Tay be pretty concise, and then Chaotic, you can answer Nay.
Okay, I'm gonna be real quick. So I don't like the idea that you guys are saying like a black woman can't be a black man's piece, and that's what I'm hearing. And I think that's the part I disagree with. And I feel like a lot more black women are black man's piece that we don't talk about. Which like everybody's not ghetto or whatever. And I think that's most women or whatever, but everybody's not like that. And I think that's a skewed view to see things from.
I mean, Tay, man, why we playing games here? Why we playing games?
What do you need more clarification on, Chaotic?
Tay, let's take it to some Greek shit. Let's do Greek shit. When it comes to hood, when it comes to like, let's say like, all right, out of the sororities, right? When it comes to, let's be honest, when it comes to prim and proper versus I'll beat your ass if you step in this line while we strolling. Who's the prim and proper and who's the sorority that'll beat your ass if you step in their line strolling? When you just think of it. Keep it real.
Now you know the answer to that.
Okay,
but that's not the question. The question is, can I still go and be my man's piece? Yes, I can.
Ma'am.
Yes, I can.
Ma'am.
You talking about somebody stepping into my stroll line? That's different.
Ma'am.
You can't bring.
Is it just possible that black women are just more aggressive? Like, why can't that just be the truth?
I'm not saying it's not.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying it's also possible for a black woman to be a black man's piece.
Yes, when she acts like a white woman.
Okay. That's fine. And that's where I disagree. That's all.
Okay. All right. Well, I rock with you, Tay. I mean, Nay, you want to ask me something? What's up?
Yeah, I said, why do you feel like only black people are animals? And the reason why I asked that is because when him showed the clip about Walmart and it's being raided and all that about black people, I'm thinking about all the school shootings and mass shootings. That's not black people. That's white people.
Ma'am.
Yes.
The reason why I drop 63 on Negroes constantly. That's 63 points, Michael Jordan, 1986. Okay. Anyway, the reason why I drop 63 points on Negroes constantly is because of this question right here. Big Lex, you are a Hispanic woman. When a Hispanic commits a crime, do you blame ancient conquistadors for your current situation? Keep it real.
Spaniards. Go ahead.
Give me, man, that's okay. Man, Big Lex, do you get what I'm asking you? Do you blame, like in a Hispanic culture, if you say you're Honduran, right? If a Honduran guy shoots and kills someone,
you already messed it up. Hey!
If a Honduran guy shoots and kills someone, does the Honduran community blame the conquistadors for generational problems for what he did, or is he just a criminal? Go ahead, man.
Well, to answer your question straightforward, I mean, no.
Okay.
But that's not
that answers my question with Miss Nay. Miss Nay, the problem in the Black community is that we give excuses for the degeneracy, and we lie and say it's slavery, it's Rosa Parks, Jim Crow, and it's not. It's just a lot of these people are fucking animals and they're criminals. They need to be called that. Because you know who bears the brunt of these behaviors? Well-to-do and decent Black folks like yourselves. Mm-hmm. You have to pick up the pieces. Mm-hmm. You know how many Black people I know who are picking up the pieces in these schools, dealing with these badass kids? Because nobody's telling these single mothers to stop fucking.
Yeah, that's a.
I don't think you know that many Black people.
When you say to stop,
okay,
banging, because I'm not a big cursor, but to stop banging, you're saying by us banging different people, now we're getting different types of men, and now that's playing a role in how our kids are acting. I'm trying to understand what you mean by that.
Ma'am, what I am saying overall, again, is that the reason why I throw 400 yards every time I talk about Negroes is because I am tired of this culture that takes no responsibility for behavior. Mm-hmm. Other cultures don't do this. When white people act a fool, which they do, they don't say, I have post-traumatic Viking syndrome from when the Vikings raided my ancient village and raped and pillaged it. See, I don't hear that from hunkies. Okay. But see, every time some Negro commits a crime, it's fine that he killed 3 people because he has post-traumatic slave syndrome. He was a victim of Jim Crow. He has epigenetics and is passed along. See, that's why, man. That's why I bowl a perfect game when I talk about niggas. I have to do this. I have to be the Negro whisperer. My God, the universe has sent me here for this reason and this reason alone. I have no other reason to be on this planet but to constantly remind you Blackies, hey man, he committed a crime not because of some slavery shit, because he's a fucking criminal. He needs to be buried under the damn jail.
First of all, you go between calling us Blackies and niggas.
Ma'am, I'm Black. I can say that.
You just go back and forth.
Rappers call you niggas all damn day.
No, I'm just saying, but you're trying to sound like politically correct, and then you kind of bounce back into.
I am not trying to sound like politically correct.
I'm trying. Address the points. Address the points. Go
ahead, Big Lex. You wanted to say? I'm sorry, Dana. What's up?
I think Dana was up.
Yeah, I just have a quick question. Chaotic. Are you a religious person at all?
Oh, that's a good question. That is a very deep question. I don't know. I don't quite know. What do you think? Yes, I would say yes.
Doesn't matter what I think.
I would say yes. I will say yes. I have a lot of questions about a lot of things, but go ahead.
Do you identify with a particular religion?
No, I don't identify with a particular religion. No.
What do you believe spiritually?
I believe that there are possibilities, and I believe that I know nothing. I believe that I'm just a being on a floating rock in infinity. And I know nothing, but seriously, seriously, that's my philosophy.
Don't do me like that. Chaotic. Don't do me like that, okay? You have so much to say about every other topic and so much wisdom. Go ahead.
I heard him say this before.
I believe that I know nothing at all. I am just an ape living on a floating rock, water bubble in infinity. Is there a possibility that a man named Jesus came to this planet is there a possibility that there is some sort of extraterrestrial being that we refer to as a god that created the entire universe? It's a possibility. That's where faith comes along. Yes, I have faith that that is a possibility. I mean, I don't know. I'm just an ape. I was born in the middle of history. I have no idea. Go ahead.
Are you asking him if he believes in a higher power, Dana? In that sense,
I'm not asking anything other than if he is a religious person, and if so, what that is. Just for context. Not I don't have any questions.
Yes,
I don't have any questions related to religion specifically. I just wanted some additional context.
Yes, I have faith. I have faith in the Abrahamic God. Yes.
So if you look throughout history in the earth, right, the so-called white man has produced so much violence through whatever war you want to, World War I, II, the raids that he mentioned, Vikings, things of that nature, right? Constant pillaging and infighting and everything, right? And so I guess what he's alluding to is why now aren't they getting those results, and yet we blame our results on our history. Like, because we were put through this and put through different oppression, we act like this now.
No, I feel you, and I apologize. For context, I wasn't trying to relate that, and I probably should have been. I wasn't trying to relate that to the question or the matter at hand, but just to kind of help myself to understand some of his logic and theology and his background. I just wanted to know if there was any religious belief there, but I didn't mean to link it. I'm not trying to.
No, yeah. You just clarify for yourself, to get some more understanding.
Yep.
Yeah.
So basically, you feel like white people don't blame some of their bad traits on historical facts or like what their history is, but black people, we do. We'll sit there and say, the reason why I do this is because of my history and things like that. Is that what you're saying, Chaotic?
100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or because
I can agree with that. I'm not gonna lie. I can definitely agree with that part that we do. We blame everything negative that we do on it came from I'm like this because my daddy was like this, or because I'm black, so I'm supposed to be like, I can agree with that. So
white folks blame it on mental health. They say it's mental health. That's what they do.
And black people are now starting to use mental health as a factor as well.
Yeah, and you are right. That mental health thing has been is something that's new in terms of everybody using it. But it's not just white people. Black people do the same thing. They blame it mental health too, and I think that's stupid. Even if white people do it, I think it's stupid. Yeah, I agree with you. So yeah, they've tried to make everything mental health now. I agree with that. But I really believe that whole mental health thing is just to sell prescription pills to fund the pharmaceutical companies. That's what I really believe. I think it's like a grand scheme. Oh, I'm mentally ill. That's why I shot 20 people.
It can also be generational traumas.
And you guys, I want you guys to just understand when you're talking about these mass shootings. Mass shooting, right? Just in terms of the definition, right? And I think definition could be maybe not accurate as we see it, but it's 4 or more people killed or injured in a single shooting. So if you look at, because again, I don't give a fuck what white people are doing. If you look in our neighborhoods, there's mass shootings every day then. So we keep talking about this one here, this one here, this one here. We understand people commit crime where they live at, right? So white people kill white people just like black people kill black people. But like murder, death, kill 187 in our neighborhoods is a pure epidemic. And I think it does start with these broken homes.
Agreed.
I mentor in around the way. And it's always moms with sons that need father figures. And then you wake up and you go back and one kid ain't there because he's dead. And the same stereotypical rambunctious ass mom that her kid is blameless. We got to address that shit. We talking about disrespect. Lex is not wrong, but we disrespect ourselves too often. What did Chaotic say about the music? Our music is egregious in that way, right?
You right about that. I ain't gonna lie.
I just wonder, man. We got to make a pivot. God damn it, we got to stop blaming everybody else at some point.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, Ham. I think that we do need to pivot and we do need to make changes within our own community first. I do not believe that chaotic's approach is necessarily the way to go about doing that, but I think both of you can be. I think that what you're saying is accurate. I think that some of what he has said has some truth to it. It's the delivery's fucked up, but that's chaotic. It's in his name, so it's fine. But
Can I give Dana a rebuttal too after this one, Ham?
Yeah.
No, because I said fucked up.
I would just like to give you. I would just like to give you. I would just like to give you a rebuttal. I would just like to give you a rebuttal.
Dana, you are absolutely right, but go ahead.
I think both can be true. So there, as I mentioned when the video was played about the one, there's no excuse for it. Like we're not trying to sit up here and make excuses for everything that Black people do wrong and everything that's wrong within the Black community and blame it on generational trauma and daddy's not being in the home and all. Some of that is just fucked up, and some of us just know better. Not some of us. We all just know better than to do certain things, and some of it is a result of certain factors or whatever. But at the end of the day, we all know it's fucked up. And we all know that there are changes that need to be made. We all know that the shootings that go on in our neighborhoods are excessive and we kill more of us than anybody else. These are all very true statements. But again, remedying that, I don't know that chaotic has the best approach. But I do agree that it needs to be remedied.
Well, Dana,
Yes,
here goes the thing. You are a female. Your brain.
I'm a woman.
Okay, you're a woman, Dana. Okay, but you know what I meant. You're a woman. Your brain doesn't work and operate the same as me or Hamp's, and that's fine. In other cultures, women never, ever give advice on correcting. It's actually appalling. Big Lex, I'm going to use you as an example. You are a Hispanic woman. Are you familiar with El Salvador? Okay. I did a story about El Salvador about a year ago on the Lapeef Network. El Salvador had a major gang problem with MS-13. Major. Bukele, who is the president, he's actually my age, he came in there, and mind you, he's not of Hispanic origin. He's actually of Arab origin. So that probably has a lot to do with his approach. He didn't come in there saying we need to be nice and start nonprofits and start organizations and they may need therapy and poverty, blah, 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 blah. Bukele came in there and cleaned shop. You got tattoos all over your body, you're arrested. You commit a crime, we're arresting you. You better not even look at us the wrong way. Go look at Bukele and what has happened and how he has transformed El Salvador. Is the standard of living has improved. Tourists are now visiting El Salvador after decades of not going there. The condition in El Salvador has improved by the very same people, the citizens there, who said, hey, man, ever since he came into power, hey, we ain't got to worry about the gangs pretty much taking over towns, this, that, and the other. Again, in Burkina Faso in the 80s, Thomas Sankara took over. He didn't go in there talking nice to people and having powwows and like what women do. He came in there and said, hey, man, this is what's about to happen. And if you don't do it, I'm going to arrest your black ass or kill you. That's what he did. The standard of living in Burkina Faso changed. They used the resources and built their country up. Well, he was assassinated, unfortunately. I can give you people. Okay, here goes Xi Jinping. Now, his tactics are a bit questionable, but he doesn't talk to the people. He's arrested almost 1 million people who are not in line with what he wants. Men Real men take care of business, and we're brutal. And if you want to get society in order, you're going to have to be brutal. Dana, God didn't make your hands. He didn't make you. He didn't design you to do the duty of a man. Men don't talk to each other. You have to get things done by force. Mao Zedong, force. Idi Amin, force. Being nice to people actually will get you probably killed. When Jerry Rawlings came into Ghana, you know who that is, Dana? Jerry Rawlings? He was the first, I think he was the first independent president of Ghana, because previously Ghana was a colony. He came in there and said, you black monkeys are going to stop with the old ways. You're going to stop cooking on the fucking ground like you've been doing for hundreds of years. That's primitive shit. And if I catch you, I'm going to arrest you. See, you can't be nice. Stalin. This is the last person. I'm going to land the plane. You know who Joseph Stalin is, Dana? You think he was talking nice to those goat herders in the Soviet Union? No. He told them, hey, man, we got to compete with America. We got to compete. We almost got defeated in World War II. You monkeys are still living like it's the Stone Age. You got to start developing. Stalin had to kill 1 million of his own, I think it was 1 million of his own people. And the Soviet Union became a power to be reckoned with up until the 90s. Men don't talk. We don't do what women do. We got to survive. And Negroes aren't surviving. Do you want your sons to be shooting dice on the spaceships? Do you want your sons to still be doing primitive shit? I know, because women can't understand it. But do you want your sons to still be doing primitive shit and the world is just passing on by? You got China. 50, 60 years ago was literally a goddamn agrarian society. Look at the goddamn maker cities that they have over there right now. It's because a man came in and said, we are going to build. We're not doing this primitive ching ching chong shit that we've been doing for thousands of years. That's why China has about 50 mega cities right now. They've surpassed us Americans.
So
the idea listening to women is appalling about correcting culture. Go ahead, Dana. Go ahead. You got the floor.
So twofold.
Go ahead.
What is the corrective culture that I suggested, or maybe another woman on this panel suggested that you're referencing? That's the first part.
He was saying his delivery.
I'm sorry?
Yep, the delivery.
Talking about his delivery. So he's saying his delivery is what's needed, and he gave examples of how that delivery, that harshness, corrected some of these other societies.
Yeah, I understand that, but he's comparing it to women, and I just don't understand. Like, I could have missed something because I did step away for a second.
No,
so I'm asking.
No, you didn't, because you took exception with the delivery, and just like with Kevin Samuels, they used to take an exception with his delivery, but it didn't make things any less true, and that's really what was necessary. But people say, "Oh, I don't like it because of how it came to me."
I understand what you're saying, and I don't think that I'm referencing his delivery. I'm referencing something that he said specifically, but I can let that go, and I'll move on to my next question or point. So, Chaotic, what is it that you are suggesting or recommending that we do to remedy this problem that exists within America, specifically within these Black neighborhoods in these primitive ass cities and whatnot, to civilize them?
You ready for the answer?
I couldn't be more ready. Go ahead.
Black people need to stop being anti-American, anti-Western culture. Stop being a victim. Stop pretending to be oppressed. That is the key.
So, but what does that have to do with the approach that you were just referencing, Stalin and the president of El Salvador? I thought men take shit by force, and they're killing people off, and so make it make sense to me. So I'm asking how hold on. I'm asking, what is it that you're suggesting that we apply, that we take from history and apply to America?
Ma'am.
Chaotic. Hold on,
I'm
brother.
about to answer. You don't have to. Go ahead.
You can't answer until I finish the question.
Okay, go ahead.
So what is it that you're suggesting that we take from history, from world history, and apply to America today?
You ready, ma'am?
Fire off.
We are going into a new future, ma'am. You know this. You're educated. A future of STEM, of adventure. The white man is about to go to the moon in 2 years with the Artemis Project. You're going to have to rid yourselves of this weasel pressed culture. And I could do what I want to do. The white man bad culture. And I could knock a white person out if I want to. I ain't got to listen to him because he's white. We have to get prepared for competition in the future or what's coming up. And I'm telling you, man, we're going to get left behind if we're still worrying about things of the past. That's all I'm saying. But you got to rid yourself of a primitive culture. Our primitive culture in America as Black people is thinking all day about racism and oppression. Black people spend a lot of hours just thinking about oppression. How do we know this? What's the evidence? Go to most Black panels on YouTube. What are they talking about? Other than sex, they're talking about the white man, slavery, Jim Crow, redlining, everywhere you go. You Blacks were born in 1990. You don't know a goddamn thing about slavery. Nobody in your family does, not even your grandmammies. They weren't even born around that time. I would even argue and say people's great-great-grandmothers weren't even born during slavery. You don't know about these things. Leave it in the past. Move forward like the Chinese. Move forward like other groups of people. You don't hear...
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Okay, you don't hear girls from Rwanda talking about the genocide that happened 30 years ago, even if they lived through it, because they understand that America is a first world country and that this country is going places. Don't you want your kids to be a part of history, science, technology, engineering, mathematics?
STEM.
Yes. Not shooting dice, committing crimes, and then blaming it on slavery. That's primitive shit. And a Negro like me, I don't have no sympathy for no Negroes or people talking about single
So what
mother.
you want to do? You want to put them in jail? You want to shoot them? Like we talking about Stalin? We talking about El Salvador? What's the solution? Is what I'm saying.
Doing the Lord's work just by having a platform. I don't need to do anything.
Okay, that's good enough for me.
I shame niggas. See, I used to shame niggas in person. But see, I want to shame thousands of niggas at the same time. Excuse me.
Can't.
I know Big Lex is shocked. She's like, I never heard a Black guy talk like this.
Right? See, you don't know what she heard. She probably had.
But you also to a point, and I'm not going to argue American history with you because I think that we have fundamental differences in what is factual and what is not. But can we agree that with America being as young of a country as it is relative to the rest of the world, that our history, specifically Black Americans in this country, our history is very, very young. It is very recent. It's not intangible. Okay. I don't know about you. You reference grandparents, great grandparents. My grandparents were brought into this world by former slaves. It's not that old. It's not that ancient. It's not ancient ass history. Ma'am. Can we agree on that or not? Like it's fairly recent. Jim Crow was not that long ago.
No, ma'am.
But you don't believe in Jim Crow. Sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
No,
but
I
can
don't
we
believe
agree that maybe slavery was not that long ago?
No, it wasn't that long ago, ma'am. There are other groups of people who have gone through worse things.
I'm not talking about them. No.
The problem with Black, ma'am, you're asking me a question. Can I give my opinion?
You can't give your opinion. You can answer the question.
Ma'am, okay, I'm going to ask you a question. No, and you should be ashamed of yourself. The world does not revolve around you. Other people have gone through things that are still alive right now, ma'am.
Not chaotic. You got to speak to the fact. I asked you a question.
Slavery ended 160 years ago. That has nothing to do with you. You were born in 85, 80. I don't know. I'm assuming in the 80s. Ma'am, It's shameful that you blacks are cosplaying as slaves. That's offensive.
That's not what I said.
I know, man. I listen, man. Look, look. I do a lot of this for entertainment, and I'm doing a lot of it for real.
Shit.
But seriously, man. I'm being serious.
You got it. You do it right.
But I'm being serious, man. It's shameful that a person like you, who was born in 1985, living in the lap of luxury, you got a $20 glass right there. You got you probably listen, man. You probably are living in a 5-bedroom home. It's shameful that you are putting yourself in the place of what happened during slavery. You didn't live there.
How did I do that?
That's like a kid born in Rwanda right now, and when he gets 20, he says, I went through genocide. And a Negro like me is going to say, no, you didn't live through genocide. You know why? Because I went to college and dated girls, well, two, who lived during 1994 in April when they were getting exterminated and her family got exterminated. It's shameful that you guys pretend to be those victims. You did not live through that.
Kaya, you don't believe in generational
for the same reason why the Kardashians didn't live through the Armenian genocide. You know how shameful that would be if Kim Kardashian came out and said, I identify with the individuals in the Armenian genocide. I feel they struggle. No, you don't feel they struggle. Did it happen to your Armenian family back in the day? Sure, it did. But for somebody to say that I am going through something because they went through it, that's absolutely shameful to me.
It's called generational curses. You don't believe in that? So your ancestors dealt with something, and then it carried on to generation.
You don't
and now
have
us in our generation, we're trying to break those curses.
Ma'am, you've already broken the curse, ma'am. Look at you. You're intelligent. How? You're intelligent. First of all, ma'am, you're intelligent. You live better than most people on the planet. You probably have a good job. You probably have a foreign whip outside, ma'am. You've already won. You don't have any generational curse, ma'am.
But we've carried on those
curses. You
Ma'am,
don't have any generational.
I've
are
carried
you or
on
you
some
not
of those
living
curses. I may live better now, but I've carried on those curses.
Ma'am.
So what I'm saying is, so our ancestors, they dealt with one thing and they carried on to the next and to the next and to the next and to the next. And then what we have done in this generation, maybe we're now trying to break that, but it doesn't mean that it's still not relevant. Like that we didn't have those different things. I don't know what it's like to be a slave, but do I know what it's like to have maybe some of the same struggle?
You don't have any struggle.
Carry on some of those struggles, but you don't know my struggle though.
But you don't have a struggle, ma'am. You were born in America.
You don't know my struggle though.
You don't have a struggle,
but you don't know my struggle.
Ma'am, the Uyghurs right now
don't know my struggle.
The Uyghurs right now in China, ma'am, are struggling 50 times more than whatever struggles you went through. There are Uyghurs, man. Do you know what the Uyghurs are in China? They're in concentration camps they're being forced to make products that you're using right now for free, ma'am.
And that is their generational curses because they have
that is their generational curses. Any struggles, ma'am. Okay. With your dental plan, your medical plan, your cars. Ma'am, you do have. I can look at your teeth. You have good teeth, ma'am. You're not struggling. You don't have any struggles, ma'am. Stop.
I'm sipping out of a Dollar Tree glass right now, so don't act like I haven't had.
But you're probably sipping out of a $50 wine bottle. But go ahead.
No, I'm not.
Nay, just think about this. Black people did well. Chaotic, what's that decade? Like kind of like pretty near to when after 1865.
Reconstruction. Reconstruction era. Yeah,
when like Black people were doing very well. And then before what was it, like the 70s? We were the most married, right? We had more ownership. And then we hit this block of the 80s and things went to shit. So when we just think about this for a second, when we start leaning on what happened in slavery, but there was times after slavery that we were doing quite well. And then we fell into this lull of baby mama culture, no fathers, and we continue to perpetuate that.
Okay.
Right. So and I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just thinking through it, right? When we go through our little bit of history, like Dana just mentioned. But you guys just like think about this. That even if he used real people, but use the movies that we love. Lean on Me, right? That was all stick. There wasn't no carrot there. He got them kids in line. Coach Carter, same thing, right? He got those kids in line. Major Payne Remember, he got him in line, and then he started to kind of roll it back once he got them kind of situated. Because we respond to that type of shit. If you watch what's that shit called? Dangerous Minds. Remember, she was trying to do it with poetry and all that shit, and Emilio still got his ass killed. Right? So, like, just when you just look at it from a just fiction, we respond to that type of shit.
Yeah, but you do understand that what you're saying and what Chaotic are saying are very, very different, right? Because what you're talking about is community. You're talking about mentorship. You're talking about pride in what we have and what we create, and he's not.
Well,
He's not.
I
don't think you guys. I think you have the same end goal. I don't think you have the same method to reaching the goal.
Well, what Chaotic is saying is this: what is if Black Americans were a country, we would be the 8th richest country in the world, or 9th, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
So when we talk about what Nay is saying, with the oppression, and we still at the, we're not doing well. If we pooled our money, we'd be the 8th richest country in the world. That doesn't back up that sentiment.
Yeah.
You see?
I think there's something to be said. I'm not going to go as far as to say that we do not have generational curses, or that we're not affected by certain things that are in place in this country. I'm not going to say that. However, I will say that I do believe, along the same lines as the conversation that we were having earlier in the evening, that we do kind of lean into some, and to Chaotic's point, we do kind of lean into some things a little bit more than we probably should, because we're not doing as poorly as we think that we are. And we said it earlier in the evening when we were talking about Black women deserving grace for the masculine, having a masculine stance or something like that.
Yeah,
and it's the same thing before. I do think that we kind of lean into that too much in it, and we do make ourselves be victims a little bit, not just Black women specifically, but Black people as a culture, when we are so much better and progressive than what we have been. So both can be true. Like, these things are in place and these things do exist, and they have been roadblocks for us, but we are capable, and we do have the resources to be as great as we would be if we were to run a country.
Yeah. Interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. And Chaotic, you woke?
Yeah, every time Dana talks, man, it's like I rock with Dana, but it's just
like butter.
No, it's
like butter.
It's like you should be in the kitchen washing dishes. Like, here, what are you talking about?
Shit like that.
Chaotic.
No,
I disagree with you, my brother. I disagree.
I know
with you.
I know, but it's just enough.
Chaotic question.
Go ahead.
Who is this?
I don't know. Who is that? That's Jabba the Hutt. But who is? Is that supposed to?
Tell a friend, and we out.
Who's still on?
This Might Be Risky sponsorship package is here. Have your ad run on our live streaming episodes, linked in the video description and attached to our many hot take clips. The channel is fast growing with thousands of views and subscribers. Don't miss your chance to grow your business on one of the fastest growing platforms on YouTube. Join the family today. This might be risky. Email us at thismightberisky@gmail.com if interested. #Indeed, #do the right thing.